All right, y'all. Third time is a charm. We're having technical difficulty with Wi-Fi in the area, so I'm just gonna pick up where I left off because quitters never win and winners never quit. If we got to do it three times, then we got to do it three times, right? So, live dog food contract tonight. We're looking at pricing. We did the cover page yesterday. Now we're doing the pricing. Okay. Even though we keep timing out on the um, on the live feed, we're going to go at it again. Okay. But I am going to pay attention to what's going on because I keep losing connection in my camera, but I am paying attention. So, third time's a charm. And here we go. All right, so let's pick up where we left off, which was looking at subcontractors. All right, so now I have to open up some. I was looking at dog food, and I'm going to do this contract exactly as I would if I was looking at. So here's our pricing sheet. If I was bidding on this myself, um, Purina is what they're looking for. And they're looking for a large quantity of bags. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look up the manufacturer. If you can see here, estimate number of bags. This is a lot of bags of dog food. So we don't want to work with a small subcontractor. We want to work with someone who has a lot of quantity in their warehouse. So I'm going to look up dog food manufacturers, and the place of performance where the work is going to take place is New York, New York. So I'm going to look up dog food in that area, right? Now, some of these are pet stores, pet services. This webpage lists pet food manufacturers and distributors. Um, but there's another way that you can do this. So you can take the description, which I would just copy and paste the description if it lets me. It won't let me. All right, let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, no, it won't let me. Okay. Well, first, we know that we need Purina, right? We know that. Let's go back and look at the pricing. So the description, Purina is the brand that they're looking for, okay? And I have to get back into sam.gov because we lost some information here. It could have been the browser that I was using too. I've been using Chrome for so long that I was using Microsoft Edge, and I'm not sure if that was the issue either. Let me log back into sam.gov and pull up this contract that we were looking at so I have it on the screen. All right, so just bear with me one moment. I want to pull that back up because then I can copy and paste all the information. Plus, we need the information from the contract to be able to find a sub to be able to follow directions for the statement of work. Right? So we'll search quick, simple dog food, and that was the first RFP to pop up. Okay, so we got it. All right, y'all. We back on track. Back on track. All right, so I want to go down to the attachments and take a look at. All right, so attachment B, brand name justification for Purina dog food. All right, so let's look at this one. This is very specific to what they're asking for. All right. I can copy and paste here. Okay. So we're not going to do part number. We're just going to take this information and take it to Google. That's one way you can do it. Another way is by searching up a manufacturer that you can go ahead. Now, the reason I would work with the manufacturer is because you have a better chance of getting net 30 or a line of credit with the manufacturer. And because you're buying so much, they're more likely to give you a discount based off of the amount that you are buying, right? So that's very important as well. You want to make sure that you're working with net 30 terms. So you can either go here and look up the actual description that they gave us, which is the Purina. This is what they're requesting. Shall be Purina Pro Plan Adult Weight Management, large breed chicken and rice, part number. Now, if you want to deal with a manufacturer, all you would do is look up the manufacturer in the area, like dog food manufacturer in New York, New York. And then if you can find a manufacturer who can hold this much dog food, like I said, this is a very big project. If you look, the estimated bags are just for one part number is almost 6,000, 6,100. Another part number needs 3,000. Another part number needs 6,000. You know what I mean? So it's a very big quantity, but you can use a manufacturer or you can just use Google and kind of go from there. All right, can you hear me? Okay. All right, even though we're having technical difficulties, that means nothing because guess what? We're going to push through and we're going to persevere. We don't have time for that. So, the route that I'm going to take is here. I'm going to actually look. Now, this is the dog food that they want, the 34-pound dog food. Now, you can front this on your own money and wait for the government to pay you, or you can work with a manufacturer and use net 30 terms, right? So, this is what they're looking for. I took the information off of the contract right here. This document came from the contract. One bag containing 34 pounds. That's the unit of issue. And then the plan adult weight management, large breed chicken and rice. That's what we have right here. Now, this is through PetSmart, right? So we know that we have some data and analytics that we can look at here because PetSmart is charging $77.99 per bag, right? But what would happen if I don't even think we can get that quantity, right? You can only get a max quantity of 500. So if we were to add it to the cart, I mean, we would have to add that several times because there's 6,000 on the quantity. What I would rather do is just multiply it by, yeah, see, so 500 runs a little bit, almost 39,000. You get a $20 discount. But keep in mind with a manufacturer, you might get a better discount because it's wholesale and they can provide more. So all you have to do is go into Google, search the manufacturer in that area, search 3 to 5 of them. Those are your subcontractors, and tell them how much of the quantity you need. Right? So if a bag of dog food is 77.99, that's the price plus you add $10 to each bag of dog food. So plus $10, that makes it 87.99 with $10 profit. These numbers are just made up, they're not real. Okay, so 87.99 times 6,000. Yeah, that's a large, very, very, very large contract. This looks like it's over in $1 million contract, right? All right, so you got your 79.99 times the amount, and the amount is 6,097. That's how many bags they need. So yeah, that's a pretty large amount. Now what you can do is you can add 15% here, or you can just add the 15% to, you can add an additional 10 or $15 to each bag. So if each bag is 79.99 and you want to add $15, that would make it 94.99 a bag times 6,097, and that equals, so just on one order, right? Now let me look at the regular price without the margin on there. This is going to be a huge profit just alone on dog food. This is just one part number. So yeah, just on one part number, you're making $91,454.73. That's just on one part number. If you add $15 to the one bag. Now, what happened here was, so if a bag of dog food is $79.99, right? One of them, you added 15 to your, to the dog bag that you see here, right? The $15 that you added, so what I did was 79.99 times the quantity, which is 6,097 bags, got me $487,699.03. All right, keep up with me, okay? Because I know it's a lot number wise. Then with the $15 added, you had a margin of plus $15, which is 94.99 times the bag quantity, 6,097, right? That came up to $579,154.03. At that point, what I did was just subtract those two numbers, the 579,000 minus 487,000, to get you $91,454.73 in profit. That's just on this one um this one part number. So the number that you're going to use here is this number because it already has your profit attached to it. Okay. All right. Let's do it this way: 579,154. No, that's not right. 94.99 is what we're looking for. Because that's the unit price plus your $15, and that'll give us the 579. So here, what we're going to do is put the unit price, and you already have your margin added to this unit price because one bag of dog food was $79.99. You added your $15. Now, what Excel did, which is fantastic, was merge your unit price into the total proposed price, right? So your margin is already in here, okay? And all right, so part number one, you had a margin of 91,454.73. And you're going to have some sales skills here and along with some mathematics, but no worries, you have a calculator. But I hope you're keeping up with me, okay? Next part number. It looks like it's very similar. Adult large breed chicken and rice. Oh, that one was weight management. This one is just Purina Plan Adult. So let's go back to the contract and pull up this one because each one of them have part numbers, which makes it easier, right? They have a national stock number. So this one is for adult breeded chicken. Yeah, this is the one that we're looking for. And all the information that's coming off of the contract, you need to be able to use because that's what they're requesting, right? And you have up to 3 months as well to be able to deliver. Making 91,000 on one part number on a dog food contract is phenomenal. Phenomenal. If you can find the right subcontractor to do this, or you can fund this contract yourself through a line of credit. Like I said, either way, you can either use the manufacturer or you can use a wholesale supplier like Amazon, PetSmart. I recommend the manufacturer because you can get your net 30 and they have a larger quantity. All right, so we're going to get that part number out of there. There we go. So this is the one that they're looking for on the second run. So this is part number 2. So this bag, if you actually look, that's incorrect because they're asking for large breed chicken and rice 34-pound bag. This is what I mean when I say you have to pay attention. This is a 47-pound bag. They're requesting a 34-pound bag. Um, Adult large breed chicken and rice, but the quantity is wrong. We need 34-pound. And this is what I mean, like pay attention because you don't want to price something that's a 47-pound bag and they're not requesting that, right? So you just want to be able to catch those things. So, oh yeah, this is still a 47-pound bag. I'm wondering if they even have the 34-pound bag. So I'm going to go back to Google and just pull it up in Google. Maybe PetSmart doesn't have it. It says right here it's a 34-pound bag. Oh, but that's the weight management one. We're not looking for that one. We're looking for large breed chicken and rice. So that's for weight management. This is the one that we need. And I'm going to take you right back to Google. I don't think PetSmart has this one in stock. Is it weight management? I don't know why the 47-pound bag kept popping up. We need the 34. All right, here we go. Purina Pro Plan Adult Large Breed Chicken and Rice. And then this one was the weight management. We need this one. I'm starting to see why I would never been on a dog food bid. Woo, golly, a lot going on. Here we go. It's this one. It's this one. All right, so this one is 77.99 as well. So the numbers would be very similar. If you were to add $15 to each bag, you would get the same amount because this one is the same amount as the previous um, dog food. So let's open this back up. Now, if you wanted to add more to this one, feel free. These numbers are just made up, they're not real, right? I'm just showing you how to actually price out the schedule that they give you. And if you look over here, there's options year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. You can look at all the different options and you can have consistent funds coming in for 4 years straight by just bidding on this for 4 years straight. That is fantastic income. 5 years of income coming in. So then we'll go back to the contract and open another. We're going to open another attachment. All right, Purina Sport Active. They got all kinds of dog food up here. PetSmart probably is the best, but you also have to keep in mind that you have to put a down payment on this. And what I teach is net 30, middleman strategy. So I don't ever want you to have to put money down. I want you to utilize the net 30 strategy, which is why I would rather you go with the manufacturer. 37.5 pound bag. It's this one. Excuse me. All right, so this one is 74.99. Now, let's just say on this bag, you wanted to add $18, right? So you have your bag 74.99 plus 18. That means each unit is now 92.99. So how many do we need? Oh, and you know what? See, you have to pay attention because this one had a different quantity, but because Excel spreadsheet is already set up, it caught that 94.99 multiplied by 3048 is 289. So a lot of the times the formulas are already put into for you, but watch all of this information, okay? So they made it easy. They really did. So you added the 18, 92.99. Everything's already in the data in the system. They already have the formula set. So that would make it, yeah, this is a $1 million contract. That is crazy. It looks like it's going to be more than that. It's already at $1.4 million. And then you have an option to keep going. This contract can make you rich. All right, 47. All right, we're going to go back to the contract, pull up another document. And it's giving you the attachments for the specs on each bag that they're looking for, so there's no confusion. Pro plan. If you're commenting, if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay, like, subscribe, follow for more content. I go live at 9 p.m. every night. Even if there is technical difficulties, we will work through it. We will figure it out and we will go from there. Okay. Tonight, they almost tried to boot us off, but we're not having that. We're sticking it out, sticking it through. All right. So let's keep going. But do you see where I'm going here? Like, I'm utilizing Google to look at some prices to tell me where I can land and how much I'm going to charge per bag of dog food. That's what's going on here. Commercial price is unit price. Then proposed price base year, that's for 1 year. And like I said, we're not going to bid on the other stuff, but even if you look here, just by bidding on 3 separate part numbers, we're already at 1.4 million in contract value, right? And there's profit in there for you because the first one, there was 91K in profit there. Okay. So let's look at this one, 47-pound bag. And you have to lock in when you're doing your pricing. You really have to pay attention because there's multiple other companies that you can go with who might have it for cheaper, right? Amazon might have it. Like, let's look at Amazon and see what they have. All right, so this is the one we were looking at. So what was it? 70. So this one, It looks like Amazon is cheaper by $4. Um, this is why you want to do research. You can even go with Amazon, but be ready to pay up front, right? Or on a line of credit. If you have a business account with Amazon, you might be able to get a net 30. But like I said, manufacturer is best. But from what it looks like here, Amazon is cheaper than PetSmart by a couple dollars. And you want to think about that because that's your profit. That's your profit margin. Yeah, it looks like 74.99. Are we looking at the same one? Is this sport? Oh no, okay. Looks like it's a penny cheaper. So just keep that in mind too. You can do research all over the place. So let's go back and look here. All right, what are we looking at? We're looking at Purina Pro large dog breed. It's this one. Was it 47 pounds? That's what we need to check. Yeah, it was a 47-pound bag right here. So thank you guys for sticking with me tonight, even after the technical difficulties. I appreciate you. So, all right, 97.99. Let's just say we want to add $20 to this bag. Now this is $20 in profit. 97.99 times 20. Oh, no. We're not timesing. 97.99 plus, it's been a long day, plus 20. So that makes it 117.99. And your profit that's in there is 20 plus dollars. Now, July 24th, 11 a.m. via Zoom, right? $97. A workshop is coming up. Okay, you're going to learn how to put a proposal together in that workshop. You're going to learn about certifications, starting to bid on government contracts, mindset. It is not something that you want to miss. There's 9 spots that are currently left right now. All right, July 24th masterclass. The link will be in the description and also in the chat. You can also visit my bio. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I come on live, you will get a notification. All right, so this one's going to be, I'm looking forward to seeing you all. 117.99. And sometimes you don't have to put the dollar sign, it'll do it for you. Okay, now we still have 3 more part numbers to go. 18-pound bag, so 320. No, 30/20. Chicken and rice. 18-pound bag. All right, let's look at that one. Chicken and rice. Look at how cute these doggies are. What was it? 18-pound bag. Um, is it this one? No, this is 34-pound. We want 18. So this one is 45.99. If you wanted to add, let's say, $15 per bag, why not? Depending on your expenses, right? That'll make it $60.99. But you see where I'm going with this, right? It's a blessing that it's actually filling in the information for you and you don't have to do all of this data analytics table. So This is an over $2 million contract on dog food, and there's multiple different years you can bid as well. This is up to like a $10 million contract, and there's a lot of margin in there as well. But I want you to catch my drift of what I'm doing, how I am looking at certain websites for subcontractors. Now, let's look at, I believe we already did this, but let's do it again. All right. So we use PetSmart, right? Now, I told you there's two different ways you can do it online, using your own funds, your own money. But a lot of people in government contracting, they struggle with capital. So I would take the route of manufacturing because one, if you're buying in bulk, you can get a discount. Two, you have a better option to negotiate net 30 terms with a manufacturer than you do with PetSmart or Amazon. Another thing, you might get a discount on shipping with using the manufacturer. So now that I showed you how to do it that way, I'll show you dog manufacturers. Oh, we need dog food. But you catch my drift there. Now, this is a very big contract. If there was profit of 91,000 on only the first part number, like you're literally like 200 grand just on one, two, three, four, five part numbers. There's literally up to almost 160 grand in profit for you, just based off of these five part numbers, right? And you have 4 years of consistent work coming in. There's an option to bid more on multiple years. If you hit this contract, it is life changing. All right, let's see if we can find some dog food manufacturers. I would even use Chat GPT too, because I'm doing it as if I was actually the one to bid on it. Right, you're gonna have to do some searching with your subcontractors because you should also be talking to 3 to 5 contractors, and you should be using those quotes. So let's pull up Chat GPT, see if they can help us find anything. Chat GPT is a tool as well, and it's very helpful. So if you prompt it, let's see, I'm going to have to prompt it correctly. I'll just ask it, show me manufacturers who carry large dog food quantities in the New York area, who can offer a discount and net 30 terms, right? Because you don't want to wait for the government's got to pay you first, then you have to pay your subcontractor. If you have $2 million to come out of pocket for dog food, I mean, be my guest, but you want to net 30 this, right? You want to middleman it. Contract manufacturer of premium private label dry dog food. This looks like a good one. Bright Pet Nutrition. They're an actual manufacturer. Southern Tier Pet Nutrition. Do they have a website? Sure do. So if it was Monday through Friday, I would actually, if they have what you're looking for, I would give them a call. You okay? I'm almost done. So do some research on them. Their philosophy is quality, reliability, and safety. When it comes to pet manufacturing, we specialize in custom formulation and custom label. So it looks like they're a pretty big manufacturer and they could hold um, this contract, because think about it, there's a big quantity. So capabilities, let's look at brand because we need Purina. So we have to make sure that they can offer that beforehand. Yeah, see, this right here is good. Purchase order terms and conditions. So you can operate with them with a purchase order. And what's going to happen is the contracting officer on this, what is it? It is the GSA. They're going to put out purchase orders monthly to purchase the dog food. And from what it looks like right here with this manufacturer, you can actually use purchase orders, which means once the government pays you, you can then pay them, right? So they are fully aware of what a purchase order is, which is why I said using the manufacturer is probably the best option in this situation, unless you have $2 million in the cut and you food yourself. But I'm not teaching that. I'm teaching a strategy of middleman because you don't have to own dog food and you don't have to own a manufacturing plant or pay Amazon when you can just middleman the work, right? So I love that. That's really cool. I wish their website told me more information. I mean, everything's kind of jumbled up here. Oh, there we go. All right, let's look at brands. It looks like, let's see what's popping up here. So they have Blackwood, Adirondack, By Nature, Stewart, Miracle Care, Hamilton. Now, I would contact them and ask them if they have Purina in stock because they're very familiar with purchase orders, which means that they're probably really easy to work with. And we got them from Chat GPT. We already looked at Fauna Foods. It looks like they're too small. Um, let's look at Althea. And this is all of the research that I would do if I was bidding on this. Nothing popped up there. This one's in Hicksville, New York. Oh, they're permanently closed, so that's no good. Land and Sea. One here sounds familiar. Um, oh, they have a website. I love when they have a website because you can do your research. Now, this looks like something completely different. Okay, that's not dog food. So that's what ChatGPT pulled up for us. But what I would do is I would talk to these people, Bright Pet Nutrition, and I would ask them if they had any of the Purina in stock because if they do, they can probably offer discounts and they can also help you to work with purchase orders, which is really what you want. Okay, so that's a good manufacturer. It looks like they're also known as Southern Tier Pet Nutrition. So I would utilize them. All right, so two separate ways, online or manufacturer. The one I recommend is manufacturing. And there's something on here. This right here is a discount for purchasing in bulk. This is what this tab is. You can't really offer a discount for purchasing in bulk if you're using like Amazon and PetSmart. You would have to negotiate that with an actual manufacturer in order to be able to give a discount. They might say, hey, we're going to knock off $500 for every 1,000 bags of dog food you buy. And when they do that, that's more profit margin for you, which is another reason why I would deal with the manufacturer head up. PetSmart, Amazon, I really wouldn't take that route, right? So, ChatGPT actually gave us some good ones. I looked at Fauna Foods earlier. That wasn't really a good solution. Looked like they were pretty small, but we can look again. The reason why I'm looking so close is because I'm trying to save money on shipping. The more money I can save on shipping, the more profit margin that I can add. So these manufacturers are close to the delivery. You don't want to really look for something. If you look for a manufacturer in Pennsylvania, think about the freight that you have to add to that, right? And you don't want to overprice a project because you're going to lose. right? So you want to look at the data and analytics of everywhere, every situation, which is manufacturing, online. You want to negotiate the best price with a profit margin for you. I also have a bid decision checklist that is out, that is also in my bio. What it does is help you to look at different contracts, but know what to bid on where it makes sense for you. You should never ever be in the red when it comes to a government contract. You should always be able to make a good amount of profit. If it doesn't make sense to you, you should not be bidding on it, right? If you're working on a $2 million contract and there's only 10,000 in profit for you, that doesn't really make sense. So you need a bid decision checklist to figure out if this is something that you would really even bid on that makes sense for you. Maybe you're a truck driver and you have connections with a dog food manufacturer. Maybe you're a truck driver, 53-foot dry van, and you have a manufacturer that you work with and you handle shipments for them, or your broker handles shipments for them. You might be able to go in there and negotiate a deal, come back, bid on this contract, and make a great profit. But you need a bid decision checklist to understand what is best to bid on and what is not. You should not just be throwing things up against the wall. Every contract is not profitable. Okay. And you don't want to waste your time out here bidding on jobs that and contracts that don't make sense for you, because you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to walk away. All right. So in my description, there's a bid decision checklist. Utilize that so that you can pick a good contract for your company and not waste your time banging your head against the wall. I remember why we didn't use this company is because they didn't have Purina, right? Holy moly, what is that? A beetle? Oh my goodness, it's huge. Oh, oh my God, is that a cricket? Oh, wow, whatever it is dead now. Oh baby, woo, scared me. All right, so Um, I had technical difficulties tonight, but I love y'all for still staying with me. That is basically how you would go about pricing a contract, right? And that was for the dog food situation. Now, I didn't go too much into depth, but very simple. All right, you can use the manufacturing route, you can use the online route, whichever one you use. Make sure you're doing enough research to where you're talking to 3 to 5 subcontractors per project, because if a subcontractor backs out on you, you need someone else that you can go to. All right, so 3 to 5 quotes is minimum. Minimum. You heard me talk about it in my video with Kizzy. I had to talk to 11 subcontractors. You need people because you never know what could go wrong with that sub, right? Or if you need a backup situation, you never know what it might be. Okay, so 3 to 5 quotes is minimum. That is very important, because if a subcontractor backs out on you, now all your pricing is locked in and you don't even have anyone to fall back on. That is a situation you don't want to be in. Okay. So even though I had technical difficulties, we still made it through 45 minutes strong. But if you have questions, put them in the comments. Hashtag replay. Like, subscribe, follow, click that notification bell every time I go live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will get a notification, right? And my bid decision checklist is up. You want to know what you're bidding on is the right contract and it makes sense for your company. Masterclass July 24th, 11 a.m. via Zoom. You can buy your tickets ahead of time to get you in the masterclass. There's only 9 spots left. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. Whatever you are thinking that is good, think bigger. Bye.